What's going on, everybody? It's your friend Will. I feel a sneeze coming on. Hopefully that doesn't interrupt this. But we got a new one today. Oh, nope, here it comes. Oh, okay, nope, it passed. Alright, so, we're back. We got a new deck from that 5.0 deck dump. I don't think I have the tab open right now, but I'll post below who made this list and the full deck list for anyone interested. This is one where I think I wouldn't recommend necessarily copying the entire list card for card, because as you can see, it's very onesie-twosie, kind of just splitting the difference in all of the removal. And I think that makes sense considering this is a list taken from the very first week that these cards were available and constructed, and you don't really know what to plan for when you're trying to build a control deck. I mean, you know what you're planning for, which is to resolve a Teferi and win the game, or resolve a Ral and win the game. But other than that, you're not really sure what kind of answers you're going to need. So they even had, I actually changed this because I have played with the deck a few times. They had 2 Clarion, 3 Settle. I switched it to 3 and 2, just because I felt like Settle was really underperforming against a lot of the Zoni decks and green-white token decks, and even some of the red-white decks. Like, you just want something on something cheap to wipe the board. Sideboard-wise, again, just a just mishmash of 1s and 2s. This card is pretty exciting, and hopefully we'll get to show it off in the game here. But yeah, the sideboard is mostly for the control matchup, because you just have so much to take out. With a couple cards here and there, like, okay, do you really want the 4th? Maybe you do. You can bring in Lyras to kind of help you stabilize the board. But other than that, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It plays fairly similar to blue-white control, but you're just using red for some early game removal. Seal away and stuff seems a lot worse now, just because a lot of the creatures, well, just because of the existence of things like green-white tokens that are going to flood the board, and being able to catch one, like trading 1 for 1 so far has felt pretty bad. I think it's okay against some of the green-black mid-rangey decks, but other than that, trading 1 for 1 does not seem like a amazing recipe for success in this format. Alright, so we have a lot of removal, we have a sweeper, we have land, so we're going to keep this. Expansion Explosion is a card that has really overperformed with me, or overperformed for me in playing, which is surprising. It's a really nice, like, the expansion side is just surprisingly useful in a lot of different matchups, and most specifically the control matchups in Game 1. Explosion is just great. The issue is that extra piece of colored mana before the X, so unlike anyone who played with Sphinx Revelation, unlike that, you really feel like you can't just fire off a 6 mana 1 and draw 3, like 6 mana only draws 2, and it really does make a difference. But the ability to hit planeswalkers and stuff makes it, I think, a little bit more interesting. So I guess what we'll do here is let this resolve and look to sweep up multiple cards next turn. Unfortunately, this is not an instant. I would love if this was an instant right now. Yeah, maybe we just Lava Coil it. No, I think we see if they play something else here. Like, especially if they have the Steel Leaf Champion, we're gonna want to Lava Coil that. And we're representing a counterspell here, so they might play a little bit differently. But I think this is one of our good matchups. Settle the Wreckage is really good here. Our 5 mana Wrath is really good here. And all of our point removal is really good here, since they just are lacking any kind of real way to get ahead in cards. So this is a game where an explosion for 3 might be quite good. So yeah, this is quite good enough for us to play the Clarion here. And especially since they had mulligan to 5, I guess they decided that they were done there. So against a deck like this, I think we are looking to bring in our Lyras, and I kind of like... I think we probably actually don't want these expansions in this matchups in particular. And on the draw, I could see cutting a search for a Shivan Fire. And let's see. Disdainful Stroke might not be so good against them. Ionize might not be so good. Put in another Deafening Clarion. 3 mana counterspell. A lot of this stuff is going to cost less than 3. Alright, so we got a mulligan here. It's unfortunate. 28 land deck, and I've still found myself missing a lot of land drops. Alright, so we'll keep this on the potential power of Clarion here. And we'll keep the Justice Strike on top, because it answers a lot of cards. It answers like a Galta. It answers one of these if it snowballs. So I think we have to leave a Sulfur Falls here. So that way we'll have red-white next turn with the plains, and then the turn after we'll have Deafening Clarion. So the Wreckage is a nice one. Enjoying that settle, maybe I want to play the Meandering River here then. Because what are the odds that this is going to grow to 4 next turn? Pretty low. Although the punish is if they play Steel Leaf Champion here. Yeah, so let's do this, because we'll want to be able to sweep up this. We'll want to be able to hit the Steel Leaf Champion with the Justice Strike, and then untap and Clarion away their other cards. Thrashing Brontodon. Alright, we're going to take 6. So Justice Strike is a bit of a blank against these. And look at that, 28 lands that we have not drawn one. I mean, obviously spells are great, but it's punished us for these for our sequencing a little bit. All right, I'm gonna no, I guess I'll hold this Justice Strike. No, we're in trouble now because this doesn't hit this. The Clarion doesn't hit this. Only settle, so we have to hope that they attack in. With both. They don't. Unfortunately, we're still forced to settle here. One, two, three. We just drew a little bit of the wrong part of our deck and actually just getting blown out by Brontodon. We could have settled last turn if we had drawn any other land. Alright, that's going to be a hard one. So, yeah, we've lost. Let's go on to game 3. I think we had to respect the 5-4 there, and play that way with the sequencing. Looking at the sideboard, I don't think there's anything that I want here. I think we just want to hope that we draw a decent mix of removal spells. The Deafening Clarion's a little awkward when they can both go big and small, like simultaneously like that. Oh, well, it looks like they're going to mulligan here. Shivan Fire is a nice draw. Alright. The old 28 land deck. Let's go. Let's find it. Hell yeah. This will preserve our life total here. Yeah, I guess we just want to kill this now, right? And not take damage off it. This enables them to cast things like Galta, too, which is scary. Awesome. So we need to settle. Or another one of those Justice Strikes. But we'll have, what, 3 draws now to find an answer to this? Lyra's kind of an answer. Lyra buys us 2 turns. So I guess we're going to do that rather than try to gamble on Chemister's Insight. Yeah, there's Steel Leaf Champion. Oh, we're settled the wreckage away from winning this game. That's actually a good one, too. But we just need to find the time to spend the mana to find it. This can be countered, right? Yes. That's good. One, two, three, four. So we're a little short because we need 5 to kick this. They haven't had any pump so far. Alright, we found it. Alright, so we'll discard the Lightning Strike here. Okay, so Teferi could be good. Teferi's pretty good at stabilizing the board, right? And we'll have Teferi with Ionize up. Alright, they skip it. Oh, that was a close one. But I think most of the green Stompy decks don't play like the 10-10 stuff. They do play the Ferox. But that 10-10 complicated it quite a bit. Could put a lot of pressure on our Justice Strike to perform. And there's a lot of targets that we have to hit with it. But let's do it again, because that was pretty quick. This is one of the reasons I would say don't copy this list, because I think in a week or two, I mean, at least the nice part is a lot of the removal is they're commons and uncommons, so you're not burning wild cards that you're gonna miss like horribly. Is this keepable? I think I have to keep. This is so marginal, and if they're fast, we're just dead. But yeah, I mean the mix of removal makes it really tough to figure out. Okay, another green deck. Yeah, I'm sorry. I keep trying to make the same point over and over again, then it becomes my turn. But yeah, the issue I think is just like we don't know where the format's going to settle. We don't know which of these removal spells is best, and so we have this mix. And like some of them are only good at certain stages in the game. Like maybe you're supposed to have 4 Justice Strike, because that card does seem like it's quite good in a lot of situations. Alright, so we draw a blue source, we're just going to slam Teferi here. Did not draw a blue source. This Settle is pretty bad against their draw here, because we're just turning elves into lands and helping them. Oh, okay, so they're on like more of a green-black mid-range deck. Jeez. Which means, oh, this Disdainful Stroke's not even going to do anything this turn, since we can't cast it. We just gotta hope that they play a dual land that we can Field of Ruin. You know, maybe we do just settle this. Because then it gives us a chance to hit, like, play a Planeswalker into a pretty empty board next turn if we draw blue. And it's not going to the graveyard, so it doesn't help their Azoni plan, which I'm guessing they're on. Jade Light. Wow, they missed. I mean, they didn't miss, but... Alright, so we can Lava Coil that. And just hope we find blue. Pretty much the rest of the lands in our deck produce blue, I would guess. There's one. Play it. Play it. Play it. Oh, they already played their land for the turn. Alright, so it looks like we're going to lose because we didn't draw a single blue source this entire game. Although we did keep a pretty bad hand. But I just really don't know, like, I don't want to go to 6 with this deck that often. When we have 4 land and we just have so many land, like, we know we're going to draw. I mean, we did draw a lot of land, we just did not draw any of the blue land in the deck. And they know, they actually know that we're color screwed and they're deliberately not playing out there on Cemetery, which is smart. So props to the opponent for seeing that. But yeah, we'll just play 2 spells this game. Alright, so does this, if we shock this, does this even do anything? The answer is unfortunately no, I don't think it does. We get to play Teferi, tuck away the Doom Whisperer. Try to buy us time to find more removal. Oh, that's nice for us actually. Second blue source. I'm not sure why they did that when they could have just put 1 point of damage onto it next turn. Looks like they kept. So if that's the case, do I just slam this and -3 their district guide? Or do I hold? Man, I think I have to hold for like Disdainful Stroke, Chemister's Insight in case they try to resolve something big here. And we can take the 3. Nice. And we can go get another basic. Actually, we can't if we want to play the Insight. Which, yeah, we do. Okay. So I think we can clear their whole board here. If we do like Bolt. Coil this one so they can't reanimate it. But maybe we need to just still hold up Disdainful Stroke for the Vraska. Yeah. Yeah, and we're going to use this to shuffle away their Doom Whisperer here. Seems like they're sitting on a lot of air. So, Ugari Fine Broker. Good at finding things. That's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can like fire that off for 7. But I think we have to take care of this Fine Broker here. It's the first time I've done the -3 on Ral. They probably have more trophy stuff here, would be my guess. Like more reactive cards. Or they could just have dead removal cards too, like Chupacabras. Although I think they might have played those to the board now just to put pressure on my life total. So lucky for us, this can't assassinate planeswalkers like the old versions can. Alright, so as suspected. Every land is good for us, though. So we're at 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we could dome this for 8 next turn. So I think we have to do. And we will draw, thank you. Obviously shields are down here, which sucks. So if they can squeeze out one more point of damage here, we're done. But if not, and we get to Clarion this board away, and we're in an okay spot. Despite our super slow start, which does not really speak well to the power level of it. So this is not good. Now they get to get their planeswalker back. Wrath would have been good. Essence Scatter is a little late. We're still floating white here because we messed up. Alright, we missed again. We need to find the other Settle or just the regular Wrath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we don't have enough. Yeah, maybe we could have had a line here where we just Clarioned and Teferied and tucked the Find Broker and had one more turn. We just bricked really hard there. Oh, I guess we can Teferi and plus and hope that we hit Settle the Wreckage. Oh no, we would be one short if we did that. Shoot. So, alright, we scoop this one. The slow start did end up biting us, even though it looked like we could have stabilized there. So this deck... I don't think we want to change too much. Disdainful Stroke seems like it'll be quite good against this deck, though. And maybe the Lightning Strike is not really good enough. Or, yeah, I think the Justice Strikes are worth keeping because they kill the 6/6 easily. These Deafening Clarions probably are only okay. I wonder if we want to cut one to put another Ral in, because we're going to want card advantage. Things we can tap out into. I don't know if we're going to need Negate that badly. Run the play, so I like the search. 2 searches. I don't think I want to go up to 3 though. So let's keep it as this, just these couple small changes. see if we can hit our colors. So it looks like we're going to hit our colors here. Although it's going to be... Well, this one always comes into play tapped, so... But I like turn 2 search for Azcanta a lot. Hopefully this will give us the card selection we need to make sure our answers line up to their threats. Yeah, I like actually having that for potentially a couple turns from now if they just drop a turn 4 Doom Whisper or something like that. Alright, so it looks like they're probably going to take Teferi is my guess. Fine. Fortress. And if they just kind of pass and do nothing here, then we'll get to draw. Seeker Squire kind of counts as doing nothing. Hargul's Bloodfast, we don't have an answer to that. Our answer to that is that if they go too low, we're just going to burn them out with the next spell. Let's play the draw cards game. Deafening Clarion would be good right now. Ionize, kind of good. Assassin's Trophy with the trigger on the stack. That's fine. Let's go get our basic first. And I guess we do really want a sweeper, huh? Two, four. I kind of like if I just play Teferi and plus it here. I think I just want them to be putting damage on it at this point. Not ideal, but I do want to just, you know, get another activation out of this. Yeah, and we'll we'll Disdainful Stroke that. I wonder if it's worth... Oh, we don't even have double red, so we can't fire off an explosion here. So, goodbye Teferi, but we can probably flip our search here. Teferi served well. Come on. So there's second red source. Yeah, I think we're graveyarding and flipping there. Oh, Lava Coil, nice. It's gonna enter tapped though. And we're gonna hold the Ionize. We're okay to take 4 here. We can at any time sweep these up. Never happened. I guess I don't want them to take my expansion. Okay. Yeah, let's spin. Ral, Deafening Clarion, that gets it done. They're finally going to start working this blood fast. So how big is our X here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if they get down to 7... If we can counter this, it's worth doing. Nope. Or here they can get back their gold. Gari Queen. Oh no, they're going for Doom Whisperer. Interesting. They can't even cast it right now. Alright, let's drop a Lava Coil. Disdainful Stroke's a good one. Settle the Wreckage is a good one. And I guess we can straight up Lava Coil this thing to keep them from looping it. So we'll let them resolve this and just Justice Strike it. We want to save the Disdainful Stroke for Big Vraska. And if they if they use its ability in response to Justice Strike, then we're going to be able to straight up Explosion them. Well, that's no longer the case. But we know we have a lot more expansion explosions in here. One at the way bottom and then one in the middle. I think they might look to take this, knowing that where their life total is, but maybe not, because 4, yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're pretty close to dead here. So that's 9. This one will almost certainly draw us, well, not all the way, but it gets us very close to drawing the next one between that and Azcanta activations. But we'll just play it smart here, not let them have their Planeswalker. They can't activate their Bloodfast anymore. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if we draw a land here, they just lose. I guess in this case, it's actually worth it just to do this. Because we can just win the game. See if they have any instant speed life gain here. Woof. Got him. Okay, so that played out how I figured game 1 would play out. Unfortunately, we took it to game 3, but that just means more content. More content for the YouTube fans. I wonder if we want this Invoke the Divine now that we saw... No, I think we don't. I think we're actually fine. Like, maybe we can cut one Shivan Fire. Or maybe on the draw. Now we cut a search and put our Invoke in. There's definitely places where we do just get beat by that Bloodfast. This is very similar to the hand we had the first time around. But at least we have blue. And we have a sweeper. And they gave us a non-basic at least here. So we're going to get to color fix a little bit. Alright, so they have Jade Light. Yep. They're keeping that on top, so I guess that tells us a lot about their hand. I think we're playing this turn. Using it to get white, so that way next turn we can shock the Sacred Foundry if we want to. To have Settle mana up. Well, there goes that. This is pretty expensive, but it gets anything. I guess I'm not sure why this is better than. I mean, I guess they're playing this and Duress, so it's like a more expensive version of Duress number 5 and 6. The Justice Strike, interesting. So I guess they know we're not going to settle this by itself. Tapped. Okay, so then they don't have a Doom Whisperer here. Maybe they're just going to play 2/2 drops. We know they have the Seeker Squire. Probably worth it to shock and Wrath here. If they're going to take next turn off to play this, then I'll get to play Teferi. Yeah. If they have a kill spell for it, then we get more land, which we need. Just plussing here. Nice. Rarely would I say nice in that situation, but it's actually pretty good. They're out of cards, though they have Bloodfast. District Guide. Just gonna plus it again. If we find land, would have been nice to find land there, because then we would have Settle. Not that we would use it, but they would maybe respect it. They don't know about any of these that we've drawn here. Jade Light is okay. Unfortunately, I don't think we have any way around not discarding here. But let's discard the Chemister's Insight. This hand is pretty stacked. And we do want to keep the cards coming here. So we'll settle this. I think the game is going to play out pretty similar. Although they know about this. No, actually, I think this is the last card they know about, the Settle. Everything here they don't know about. A little annoying, but it delays them. Ooh. What does Ral do for us? 1, 2, 3, 4. The graveyard. One short of being able to settle and Essence Scatter. Never happened. Resolves. So they can take the Settle here if they want to guaranteed get Raw or Teferi off the board. Or no, just Raw off the board. Looks like that's what they want to do. Which leaves us with like a fistful of counter magic here for their actual threat. And I guess we let Raw go. It sucks that we actually kind of have to counter that, because otherwise they'll have enough power to kill Teferi next turn. Justice Strike is a nice draw. Ichi relax. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I wonder if I do this to draw 5 here, and then untap with Disdainful Stroke. Draw 5, put them to 9. Yeah. All lands. Cool. So now they're dead next turn. Unless they have a way to burn me out. District Guide is fine. Doom Whisperer is fine. Justice Strike. Even though I think it's not necessary at this point. So let's see if we can make this work. Go into our end step. Teferi trigger on the stack. Blue, blue. Yeah, alright, they see that we have the explosion. So we were going to float a bunch of mana on tap 2, float more, and hit them for 8, which would have been the game. So, a couple of 2-1s there. Not bad. We got most of the way through our quest. And showed off the power of the deck, or at least that Teferi is still powerful, even if this configuration may not be optimal. It's still a little fiddly, but we got a nice hour-long video there showing a couple games. And more than a couple. We got 6 games in, 2 matches. So hopefully you enjoyed. I'm going to be on the lookout this first weekend of Star City Games tournament to see what cool stuff comes out of that tournament. If there's a really good black-green deck, that would be sick. If there's more refined versions of these control decks, or maybe it's just going to be Boros everywhere. Remains to be seen. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back with more soon.